You taking steroids or what?
No.
I'm not going to pull any punches, and I'm going to say, Kyle Landi, yes, you're not natural. Coach Greg, in today's video, we're doing a natty or not on Kyle Landi. Many people have requested it. People accusing him of being on steroids. And so, is he in fact natty or not? Most of you know who Kyle is. He's the first bodybuilder with Down syndrome that I think I've ever seen. He's won competitions. He's extremely flexible and he trains harder than last time. He's collabed with some of the most famous fitness influencers in the world. For example, Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, Ashton Hall, the list goes on and on. But is he, in fact, natural? Something that you don't know about people with Down syndrome is that their testosterone levels are very, very low.
People with Down syndrome tend to carry low levels of testosterone compared to the average population.
They typically have lower levels of total testosterone as well as free testosterone, and oftentimes they have a more difficult time getting other people pregnant.
And we want to optimize it and give them the best fighting chance and to combat Down syndrome, make sure it improves his cognition, muscle, energy, libido, give him the best lifestyle that we possibly can.
Kyle got his blood work taken from his own doctors, and upon seeing the results, the doctors, experts on medicine and so on, they felt like it is better for him to do HRT than not. If you have lower levels of testosterone, it's not good for your body. It's not healthy. Some people are born with lower levels of testosterone than others, and doctors then prescribe to them HRT, which is known as hormone replacement therapy, or TRT.
Okay.
That sounds good, eh? Yeah.
And so since that time, Kyle was prescribed 80 milligrams of testosterone a week. A doctor felt that it was in his best interest, as in it's smarter than last time, for him to be using testosterone. Now, is 80 milligrams at abusive levels? Well, I'm on 140 milligrams. I'm certainly a lot bigger than Kyle. I'm older than Kyle. I'm 50. But a typical person on HRT is doing oftentimes 100 milligrams and or more. And so 80 milligrams, it's frankly on the lower side. It's lower than most HRT clinics are going to give. And so he's using very minimal levels of testosterone.
Guy, I don't get steroids. Good. Steroids not good for me. Yeah, I don't get steroids.
If you take the literal sense of the word, he is correct. He's not on steroids, as in he's not on multiple steroids, plural. For example, he's not on Tren, Deca, Equipoise, Anavar, Winstrol, Superdrol. The list goes on. He's on one medication called testosterone, but the question is testosterone a steroid? And I'm not going to pull any punches, and I'm going to say, yes, testosterone, aka HRT, TRT, is a steroid. And so if you're on HRT, like Coach Greg or Kyle Landi, you are on a steroid. You're not natural. Even if the doctor prescribes you testosterone, you are artificially replacing what your body should be making. Kyle's body, because of Down syndrome, does not produce a sufficient number of testosterone, and so the doctors are adding this into his body from an exogenous source. This is from outside of his body, so that he can feel normal. And so, do I think that Kyle is cheating? Absolutely not. If Kyle were to compete in a drug-tested bodybuilding competition or Olympic competition, whatever, perhaps he would compete in the 100-meter dash, basketball, whatever there's drug testing for, and they use WADA, they would test for testosterone. And if they see that he's using an external source of testosterone, he could fail a drug test. Now, there is one exception, and that is if you produce a TUE form. If the doctors determine that Kyle requires HRT, which clearly he does, and it's from something that's congenital, from birth, of which it is, they can offer him a TUE form. And so what does that mean? That means he is allowed to take this medication, and despite the fact it's testosterone from an exogenous source, he still passes the drug test. And so he isn't cheating, he isn't lying, and he should be allowed to use this medication known as testosterone. And so just because testosterone technically is a steroid, he isn't on steroids. I understand both sides of the story. If Kyle was not on HRT, he wouldn't look as amazing as he does right now. His muscles would be, of course, a little bit smaller. The prescription from the doctor is giving him the testosterone that he needs. To the same extent, another analogy, some people require a diuretic because they have high blood pressure. It's very popular in powerlifting. Guys are really, really heavy, fat. They require a diuretic to lower their blood pressure. Now, diuretics are banned in powerlifting by WADA because you could use it to help make a weight class. You take the pill, you lose 10, 15 pounds of water, and you can compete in a lower weight class. But if you have high blood pressure, the doctors can write you a TUE form and say, you are allowed to take this diuretic, and because of that, you will not fail the drug test. I've seen people in the past fail because they forgot to get the TUE, even though it was a prescription for them having high blood pressure. And so my opinion is I don't see you as a cheater if you're using a diuretic because you have high blood pressure in order to compete. And so to the same extent, if a doctor offers you a TUE for testosterone, then I don't see you as being a cheater. Do you not want Kyle to live his best life? Do you not want him to live longer than last time and feel better? Well, testosterone is helping him to do that. Now, perhaps some people, they don't need HRT. You have lower levels of testosterone determined by going to Algo RX using code Greg to get your blood work done, or maybe you even went to your doctor. Whatever you decide to do. You discover you have low levels of testosterone. Can you not then get prescribed, for example, enclomiphene? It can boost your testosterone. And aside from that, perhaps you need peptides, or maybe you're morbidly obese. You're grossly overweight and you can't lose the weight despite the fact that you haven't tried my cookbook, which of course is going to help you to lose weight. You can purchase this by clicking the link in the description. And so you purchase a GLP. You can get GLP Max from HGLT supplements, or you can get, for example, Ozempic, Tirzepatide, Retatrutide from various locations. Of course, Algorex, you can get a few of these GLPs. Blind Barbell, my dream is to lift with you someday. Well, let's make that happen. Technically, TRT is taking steroids. Testosterone is a steroidal hormone. Bro, get a grip. Now, here's the thing. I believe in being honest. I believe in telling people the truth. This person is saying testosterone is a steroid, of which it is. And so when Kyle says, I'm not on steroids, he's simply pointing out that testosterone is a steroid. He's not taking anything away from him. He's not being rude. He's not being mean. He's just saying facts. People in the comment section need to go check out his video where they talk about it. His test levels were way below 200 and it can cause health issues on the long term. Yes, he's taking TRT, but at 80 milligrams a week to be able to function properly like a normal person. Also, at least 90% of his overall shape was built before TRT, and that is impressive. Yes, everything he's saying is true. He already had been building muscle, and he's only on very low doses of testosterone, which are required. It isn't like he suddenly decided to hop on. He isn't clavicular, he isn't Alex Eubank, and he isn't NVIDIA. None of these guys needed or required testosterone, but Kyle did. TRT is testosterone. Testosterone is a steroid. Yes, you needed it, and I'm not taking anything away from you, but if you compare to other Down syndrome bodybuilders that aren't taking testosterone, that it can give them a false impression of what's obtainable naturally. All good though, brother. Keep killing it. This is a perfectly valid statement. If you're arguing with feelings, you're thinking, well, that isn't very nice, but it's true. But I don't think that this is bad. Why is it bad if Kyle uses HRT and tells the world about it and shows you how much better it makes him feel? How is that bad? Other people with Down syndrome can see it and think, you know what? I also want HRT. My testosterone levels are below 200. I want to feel better. I want to live longer. How is that bad? To the same extent, at 50, if I say, hey, everyone, I'm on HRT. I feel better. My sex drive has improved. Everything in my life has gotten better since I use HRT. How's that bad? Oh, but other people who are 50 are going to see your physique and see how much energy you have and how good you feel, and they're going to want to do it. How is that bad? I mean, to the same extent, guys, look at how amazing my cookbook is. It helps me to eat healthy, to stay in a calorie deficit. It's helping me to eat delicious meals my entire life. Oh, but now other people are going to see that you eat from your cookbook and they're going to want it. Why is this a problem? How is that bad? Oh, Coach Greg, you love going to ride on Zwift and on your Bugatti bicycle around town. Now I want to ride on Zwift. I want to race on Zwift. I want a Bugatti bicycle. Well, get one. Let's get to it. You can join HTLT team. You can race on my bike team. We keep adding new members each and every week. And so how is any of this bad to show people what something can do and make them want the same thing? I don't think this is a negative. It's not like Kyle is promoting trend. And so whatever he has done, I am 100% in support of it. Now, if you don't want to use testosterone, you don't want to go to Algorex, you already have amazing testosterone levels and you just want to get an advantage, you can of course use Turk Builder Max. But if you have low levels of testosterone and you want them to be doubled, but you want to still be natural, introducing Ferula Max. This is not a scheme. This is not a scam. This is the best new supplement of this decade. Are you ready? Ferula Max. Extremely hard to procure. Hard to get. Coach Greg, the T-Plug, scouring the globe. You've seen me get the Ajuga Turkestanica from Uzbekistan. And now this. No, it's not from Uzbekistan. Perhaps I will release the country of origin at some point, and no one else can get it. And so if you want this, we have the only one. Can you believe it? Coach Greg coming through again. And so I cannot wait to see all the videos of people trying this and proving that it works. The ultimate stack, Turk Builder Max or Turk Platinum combined with Ferula, increased testosterone, increase in energy and recovery, everything. Guys, the natties are coming back for you. At some point, perhaps people are going to have to say, you're half natty if you're on the Coach Greg stack. Interested, of course, click the link in the description and use code Greg for your discount. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo for Algo RX. Go and watch one of the 2 bloops. And of course, you want to get sponsored. Of course you do. You want to use the Ferula Max for free. If you want to be an ambassador to the best, most upcoming company in the entire world, the link is right there. You want to be coached by me, you want to sell these amazing supplements in your store, the link is there as well. Obviously, Coach Greg and Eric Janicki have the Sculpt app. If you're looking for your body fat analysis, you're having training programs designed by Coach Greg and Eric Janicki with training programs designed specifically for you, including demonstrations from both Eric Janicki as well as Coach Greg. That is the link for you. It's cheaper than last time. And so let's get started today. And until next time, I am out.